Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be learning about multiples. We'll begin by understanding the meaning of multiples and then we'll learn how to find the multiples of numbers. Let's get right into it. A multiple of a number is the product of that number and an integer. Please bear in mind that an integer is a positive or a negative whole number. For example, the multiples of 3 are displayed on the screen. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, and so on and so forth. If you are familiar with your multiplication table, you can already tell that the multiples of 3 as displayed on the screen are the result you are going to get if you perform multiplication of 3 by other whole numbers. Now let's try that. We know that 3 times 1 is equals to 3. 3 times 2 is equals to 6. 3 times 3 is equals to 9. 3 times 4 is equals to 12. Going to continue over here. 3 times 5 is equals to 15. 3 times 6 is equals to 18. 3 times 7 is equals to 21. 3 times 8 is equals to 24. 3 times 9 is equals to 27. 3 times 10 is equals to 30. 3 times 11 is equals to 33. 3 times 12 is equals to 36. And there you have it. We have the first 12 multiples of 3, which you can get by multiplying 3 by numbers from 1 to 12. And I always encourage my students, whenever they're asked to list multiples of numbers, to list at least the first 10 multiples of any given number. So I always like to conclude by saying, so therefore, multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, and every time you write the list of multiples, please do aware to add the 3 dots at the end to show that you have not completely exhausted the list of multiples just yet. Here's another example. List the multiples of the following numbers, and the first one is 7. So just like we did with the previous example, we're going to go ahead and do the multiplication of 7 by other numbers, and we're just going to list the first 10 multiples here. Like I said earlier, if you're asked to list multiples and it's not specified how many multiples you should list, in some instances you can be asked to list the first 5 multiples or the first 4 multiples. You can do that when it's specified, but when it's not specified, I think it's okay to just list at least the first 10. So that's what we're going to do here. We'll just do multiplication of 7 and other numbers. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63, and 7 times 10 is 70. So let's conclude. So therefore, multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, and always to finish with the 3 dots to indicate that we can have more multiples of 7. So let's go ahead and try the last example here. List the multiples of 12. So while we're on the topic of multiples, let me quickly say that it's very important that you learn your multiplication table. If you already know that, good for you. But if you don't, try to learn at least multiplication table from 2 to 12. It would make a whole lot of difference in your mathematics. It's going to make it become so much easier for you if you can learn your multiplication table, because if you know your multiplication table, at this point, you could just go ahead and say multiples of 12 are 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. You don't have to take your time to do the multiplication step by step like we've done in the 2 previous examples. But we're just going to go ahead and do that still for this example as well. But if you know what the multiples are, just go ahead and list them. No need for the table. So let's do that for this example. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 4 is 48. 12 times 5, 60. 12 times 6 is 72. 12 times 7 is 84. 12 times 8 is 96. 12 times 9 is 108. And then 12 times 10, 120. So we're going to conclude by saying, so therefore, multiples of 12 are, and then we'll list them: 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120. So that's it, guys, on multiples of numbers. I hope you enjoyed and also understood the lesson. I have a few practice tests here for you to do. List the multiples of the following numbers: 6, 11, and 15. And as always, you can submit it to the email on your screen, mathswithmrspeace@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to look at them, grade them, and send back to you. If you enjoyed this lesson, please check out the next one on common multiples. Thank you very much for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, turn on our notification button, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.